Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is the Creator Interview Rewind. And today, on the interview, CAMP GMAY. This is one of his tracks called L.A. What an abrupt stop that was. What's going on? Let me make sure Gmay's not going to echo. Hey, how you going? You're well? My name's Jade. This is the Creative Rewind interview thing where we bring back somebody who has been on here before, and we wait a little bit of time to then bring them back and see what they've been up to in that time frame. That was LA, and that was by CAMP GMAY. That is available on his YouTube channel, which I saw they've been posting there, and Ali put it up there. Thank you, Ali. I think Tom's not around. He's probably got something going on like most of us do. I can't hear again out of one side of my ear. Yay, happy days. So that's great. Anyway, we got GMAY on. I'm very excited to have him back because GMAY is not only an incredible artist, funny, unique, beyond. GMAY's just GMAY. There is no other, there's nothing else. There's just GMAY, right? That's just what it is. And since the last time he was on, we talked about his music and his acting and his characters and all that. But this time we're doing something a little bit different because since then, GMAY's like ventured into the world of festivals and he's like become a festival promoter. And he's put on some absolute fucking bangers of festivals. Some of you have been involved in these festivals. Me also. And they're just fucking so much fun. And so much work goes into them. We're going to find out how much work goes into them indeed today. So without further ado, I want to thank everybody here who's in the live chat. You know the deal. I'll say hello to you in about, 20 minutes or so. Let everyone get here, sit down, relax, have your coffee and all that, and then we'll call you all out. So thank you for being here and all that stuff. Like, subscribe, all the nonsense that comes with YouTube. But let's bring him on. He is a man of many faces. He is the creator of the CAMP GMAY that one day will be this luxurious place that we can all go to, a utopia, and make music together, singing Kumbaya around the fire as CAMP GMAY leads us to an evening where we all drink the Kool-Aid and probably die. He's just awesome. I love it when I'm around him because he's just one of the kindest people around who puts so many other people forward before himself. And that is an incredible attribute to have as a human being. So without further ado, let me unmute him. Let me get the mics ready and everything. And let's bring on, ladies and gentlemen, tables and chairs. Pull down your undies and show us your hairs. CAMP GMAY. Hello.
Wow.
Wow.
What an intro for me. I appreciate that. Wow.
We go above and beyond here, Gary. Above and beyond. How are you?
I feel like $1,000,000 now.
Good, good. Hey, we both can't hear out of one side of our heads. How cool is that?
Yeah, we got one good ear between us both.
We'll get through it. How long have you had that issue for with your ear?
All my life, I've had major earwax problems, and every couple of years you got to go and just get it busted out, and then you feel great again. But you usually let it go to an unsafe level where like your equilibrium's off,
That's where I'm at, man. Yeah, it sucks. All right, so the last time we had you on, we talked about your music and all your ventures, CHARLIEWOOD, all the craziness that comes from the CAMP GMAY. But today we're going to focus on festivals and stuff. But what I want to ask you firstly is, so when we have people back on the show, we do a thing called an elevator pitch. And in the corporate world, an elevator pitch is they teach you to come up with a 1-minute pitch about yourself, just in case you end up all alone in the elevator with the CEO of the company. And you've got 1 minute to impress me with your story. So I'm going to throw it to you and say, GMAY, tell us in a minute the GMAY story so people can catch up. And ready?
All right.
Go!
Howdy, howdy. How are you today? Hey, listen, my name is GMAY. I'm the greatest there ever was. It's just that plain and simple. You want to get on the bike and ride? Let's do this. If not, no biggie. I'll catch the next train. Ball's in your court.
You're hired. That's the greatest elevator pitch I think I've ever fucking heard. Do
play hard to get, right?
I'm the greatest. Is that
there ever was.
Exactly.
It's that plain and simple.
Exactly. You know, more people should be like that as well, and just say, "I'm the greatest there ever was," because you know you should back yourself. That is the whole idea of an elevator pitch. You've got that minute to back yourself. Tell people I'm good. All right, so I want to break down how I first came across Camp GMAY, and that was one afternoon. I was perusing the internet. That's a word you don't use very much. And I stumbled across this crazy, I thought at first, this crazy guy sitting there playing his keyboard, and his green screen was all spotchy and something fell over in the background, and then halfway through your song you got up and walked off and you were gone for 25 minutes and nobody knew where the fuck you were. And it was like, I need to know more. I need to come back. And you had me hook, line and sinker, and ever since I'm watching every goddamn thing you do. How is it you fell into this YouTube ridiculous schmozzle? How did you kick off your YouTube thing?
I think something that probably a lot of us have in common is that as musicians, we were all used to playing live. I played live in the San Francisco Bay Area, in and out of tons of bands, 3-4 times a week. And that's what you were used to, And when World War III started around 2020, we were all confined to, being quarantined. And then that's when it all began, because it was just like, okay, this is where it's at now. It's all out here. It's not out there. It's out here, So that's when the ride began, for me.
I think it was the same for me too. Like, it started during that time. It was like, hey, what else is there to do? Let's do this. And I already had a YouTube channel, but nobody was watching it. So,
yeah.
And then, and then, so if there's one thing that the pandemic did, it did create a lot of YouTube channels. It did create a space for many of us to do. So, yeah, something positive.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a bumpy ride, because actually what happened is I actually started live streaming right around 2020. And I wasn't using StreamYard yet. I'd just go live, and Natasha would be there, and I put one of my friends like in a gorilla suit, and give some card readings, and But then what ended up happening is, and then what ended up happening is, all these media outlets started putting up the death ticker, how many people were dying, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, I can't live stream. I can't do anything anymore. I'm going to completely shut it down, because while all these people are suffering, I don't want to be out here going, hey, look at me. Look how great I am, right? Didn't make any sense. So I actually shut down for about 1.5 years. And then I started back up a little in the middle of about 2021. So I just completely, got a taste of it, and then just stopped for 1.5 years, and then picked it back up in 2021.
So you don't thrive off other people's suffering like lizard people do?
Yeah, well, no, I just meant it just didn't make any sense to me to be trying to promote myself when there's other shit going on in the world. People can't go to grandma's house and yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But
yeah,
as soon as 21, we got into 21, though, it was kind of normal to be able to start doing it again. And that's when I actually started, because I've been doing my open mic now for, oh man, it must be like 3-4 years now, And the first time around, it was a complete train wreck, absolute train wreck. And one of the reasons why.
The first time.
Well, the first time around, I just had horrible audio.
Yeah.
I let people come up with horrible audio, and people come up on their phones, and it's just, and it's like, no one wants to listen to that on a Saturday night, right? I mean,
can I say though, that was part of the allure in the beginning. Like, it's strange. I know this is strange, right? But sometimes things like that, when there's car crashes, That's really fun, you know. And if that, here's the deal for me, like this is the segment I'm talking about. We're talking about Gary and how we kind of met. For me, that was the thing that brought me back to see what kind of craziness was going to happen. Who's going to come up with really shit sound this week, and how we're going to have to deal with it. And like you sitting there going, you know, and having to do all that shit. But then watching it get
Right.
better and better. Now, you know, that little aspect's gone. Every now and again it creeps in and somebody comes
Yeah.
up with the fucking worst sound.
Right. And it's such a double-edged sword because you want to be polite, you want to be respectful to everyone. But at some point, if you want to progress and get quality, you have to start, you know, saying, no, sorry,
Yeah.
you know, here's my email, get a hold of me, we'll dial you in. And you know, it's crazy because the open mics are what kind of led to the festivals. And the open mics are real important because at first, when I started getting StreamYard, for the first 2 years, I never used it to stream live. I used it only to create, to have meetings, workshops,
Yep.
CHARLIEWOOD, Groove Trek, you know, and someone was like, well, you can go live. And I'm like, what? And, you know, you can bring people up with the streamer. And then, so it was the type of thing where it was like, okay, well, look, I'm so burnt out from editing and making film and comedy and movies. And I just want to get up and just jam. I don't want to play a video. I don't want to fucking do anything other than just smoke some weed and just jam on my acoustic. Right. So
Well, what's great
that's kind of
about
how
it,
it started.
and what's been great about it is seeing people come through the revolving door and then all of a sudden they're getting interviewed. And, you know, there's been people come through so many people's channels, like Pete's channel. Thomas may have played somebody, Thomas Christ. You've had somebody come on who I just go, oh, I'm going to get them on it. So it is this this gateway. You're listed as part of the gateway drug to bringing people into the community. So I put you up there. I don't know about anybody else. Fuck anybody else. It's my opinion that matters. Because I love that you do that. I love that you put people first. That's a very kind thing.
Well, that was my whole objective behind Camp GMAY. I didn't want to just come out of the gate where it's just like Gary May McGill, you know. I was more like, it's about me and my friends.
Yeah.
So that's why I called it Tribe Sunshine. And it was more about, you know, there was a lot of, you know, music disc jockeys where you know, they play your video and stuff. And I kind of wanted to be different from that. I didn't want to be, because I have a lot of people in the beginning would come up and be like, okay, it's your turn to jam. And they're like, well, can I play a video? And I'm like, no, man, we're not here to play videos. We're here to just, you jam.
Yeah.
That's so I kind of just honed in on that. And that was like my number one priority is I just want to create a place where like-minded musicians can come and jam together all night long and do the vice of their choice.
And you've done it. And look, there's somebody here in our chat. This guy here, Chris Lane Sr., he's become over the time a bit of an integral part of these weekend jams, because when you go off the rails and disappear for 25 minutes, we've got Chris now to hold the ship down, don't we? You've trained him really well. What goes into training Chris Lane Sr., Camp G?
You don't. He trained me. There's no training him. He's like a wild animal. He's a big, sexy monster. You know, it's funny because between Wes and Chris Lane, I got to tell you, they save my ass.
Yeah.
You know, look, we all go through the meat grinder. We all get these medical issues that we're dealing with.
Sure.
And it's unfortunate, but everyone deals with something. And whenever I have these traumatic, these medical conditions come or arise, those guys are there for me every single time, Jade.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And you know, there's a regular list of cohorts who come on the show every week. Axe and Nacho, you got Chris, Dom occasionally comes on. You have a huge list of people, and sometimes Scotty Butters, and some guy, there's another guy who's come out of nowhere and he's just a superstar. Some guy is just amazing talent. And we've had some weirdos on there. Remember the chick with the straw? That was a fucking, that was a,
we did
that was a couple of months. Circle. That was a couple of months of fucking cringe, I'll tell you what. Wow. You know, that that whole, let me say, that whole couple of months was like, you know, that there's an episode of The Simpsons, Gary, where Bart draws on the back of Homer's head, and Homer tries to see the back of it and he can't, so he goes and he's trying to look at the back of his own head, and he ends up spinning on the floor, and the whole family are laughing, and then as they're laughing they go oh geez, is this, oh, I don't know if this that's what it was like watching her.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I have a philosophy. It's like, I don't mind situations like that too much, because the first time it's complete entertainment.
Yeah.
But the second and third time it's, you know, not acceptable, because that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here to rock and roll. We're here to jam. That's, people want to hear the music and they don't want to see that bullshit. But the first time, like I said, it's entertainment. The second time it's education, right? So
first time entertainment, second time education. I'm going to jump straight in now. We're going to play a track. So what we've done today with the music is GMAY has picked 6 tracks, probably 7 actually, 6 tracks from festivals that he loves. And now he said to me in this email, this is very tough to choose because he's had so many great artists on. So if you're not in this list, please don't write a letter to Gladys Worthington. She'll sort it out for you. All right.
Well, yeah. And that's the whole thing, is like, to only be able to pick 6 out of 1,000 is very tough to do, because look, I don't want to piss anyone off. I want to give everyone credit where credit is due.
Yep.
All these artists that come up on my open mic and come play my festivals, I would not be anything. There would be no success if it wasn't for every single one of them. Chris Lane, Dom Terragrosa, Frank Terzo, Wes, Ali. I mean, the list just goes fucking on and on and on and on and on. So, you know, hopefully I don't, you know, get too many people mad. Like, you didn't play my video, but
we've done the
like
disclaimer. We're good. Disclaimer's done, man. Let's kick it off. And I'm doing it in the order of when the festivals happened. So Stoner Fest was the first one. So we're going to kick off with this guy here. This dude's name is Brad Example. Let me click the thing so GMAY can hear the music. And let's check it out. Brad Example from Stoner Fest. Let's bloody ja.
Traveling north along Highway 69. You better believe I'm gonna drink until I die. 365, my bottle's never empty, and my pipe is always full. And I sit and I get stoned along the shore. St. Mary's River carries away my soul. 365, we get high, high until we die. Now I can't tell you what it is about my home. We travel north along those cold Superior shores. Save up my pennies, hope I can buy my way into heaven's door. I can't promise you that I'll be good, but I promise that I'll come home. Straight through Sudbury, 17 into the Sioux. Get out the way when the boys from the Sioux come through. 365, we get high, high until we die. and I watch the West End go up in smoke. I'll go and steals away all our hope. 365, we get high, high until we die. Now I can't tell you what it is about my home. We travel north along those cold Superior shores. Save up my pennies, hope I can buy my way into heaven's door. I can't promise you that I'll be good, but I promise that I'll come home. And I can't tell you what it is about my home. We travel north along those cold Superior shores. Save up my pennies, hope I can buy my way into heaven's door. I can't promise you that I'll be good, but I promise that I'll come home.
Yeah. Oh. Gotta bring back that. There we go. Hey, doing the boogie woogie. Brad example. That was from Stoner Fest. Now that I know that's one of your favorite songs of Brad's, isn't it?
Yeah, the funny thing about that song and that clip is Stoner Fest was the very first festival. It was started everything. I call it my 12 disciples. That was the very first song played on any festival. Kind of like when MTV came out, Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yeah.
That's my equivalent to that.
You hear that, Brad? He's probably watching if he's woken up. So let's talk about. So what was it? Let's get into this. What made you? Hang on, before I'm losing my mind here. Let's do some hellos to people who are here. I've got to do this. So, folks, please, if you haven't typed anything or you have, just type something again so I can find you. I don't have to search too hard. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for the gifted membership. You rock. So, hello, Mr. Smith. The Falcro's here. Doug Kidder's here. Audible videos here. Jamie Lynn. We've got Allegor. She's here. Tremor Bear's here. Doug Kidder. We got Gary Hubbs. Did I say Gary Hubbs? Gary Hubbs. Justine Kasprick. Who else do we have? Chris Lane Sr. We've got, I think I said Tremor Bear already. I can't remember. My brain fucking sucks. Lisa Noel's here. I saw her here as well. Who else? Let's see. Forrester the Wolf. Help me out, guys. If you haven't typed something, Kim Harden Hudson joins. She's here as well. Hi, Kim. Russ88 says, Russ8889 says something. Jenny Jolivet's here. We got Joe and Barry Glenn are in the house. We got a big stacked house. We got 32 people, 32 sexy souls in the house wanting to see this guy. Yeah. I love G-May so much. You guys don't understand how much I love this guy. He's just awesome. And Denise is here as well. Leela's here. All right, we've got a few more come in. All right. If I miss out on you, we'll come back. Audible Video says, question, will we ever see Groove Trek again?
Well, here's the thing with Groove Trek. Captain Chronic got frozen in the latest episode. And I'm looking for a new Captain Chronic. Pretty much the whole cast is ready to come back, but I don't have a Captain Chronic. I mean, not a Captain Chronic, a new captain.
So you're taking auditions?
Well, I could. I mean, it's weird. It's like, I look at things like, everything's like a wave, like surfing. You start to get onto one project and then either the wave builds up real big and you get on it and ride it, or else it fizzles out. The Groove Trek kind of fizzled out. And I'm like riding the festival wave and I'm making rock videos again. So when someone motivated comes along and says, hey man, I want to be the new captain of the Red Eye, which is the spaceship, the Red Eye, that might build a little bit of a wave if I get a group of people that are like, hey, let's do this, you know, it might motivate me, but right now it's frozen in time.
I love that stuff though, because you can always bring it back and start a new thing, but it's nice to have in the background. So the question is, what was the spark? What was the spark that went off in your head that got you doing these festivals to start Stoner Fest?
Well, here's the thing. I should have sent you the clip of this, but it's just so ridiculous. I was thinking, hey man, I want to do some festivals, some concerts, you know. So I did my very first one. It was called the Campfire Concert Series, and it was me, Mamsie Graham, Bud Zunga, and April Dawn. And so I'm like, okay, and I promote it, and here we go. Well, April Dawn was supposed to open the show, and she shows up in the studio. She's hysterical. She's crying. She just broke up with her boyfriend. Dog got ran over. All the horrible stories in the world, right? And she's crying, and I'm sitting there going, okay, how can I be like, hey, you want to play the song? You know, right? And then, right. And then, so I go, okay, well, here, this is what I'm going to do. I'll jam. I'll fill in, right?
Yeah.
So, boom, here I go. Play like 3 or 4 songs, right? I'm muted. Right. Okay. Yeah. And then Bud Zunga comes up. He's on his telephone.
Yay.
Right. And then, so I'm thinking, okay, we can salvage this Mamsie Graham headliner. His internet goes out. The biggest train wreck ever. I think I got like 12 views or something, right?
Nice.
And
do you draw on
3
that?
of them.
Do you draw on that and go, I never want it to be like this again? Is that your inspiration for each festival?
That's what kind of started the festivals, because then I was just like, I said to myself, that was my turning point when I was like, I'm not letting anyone come up on their phone. I'm going to dial in my fucking audio. I'm going to go spend the money I need to get good audio. I'm going to go buy an i7 processor computer. I'm going to make it. Sometimes that failure is what motivates you to kick some ass. And that's exactly what I did. I turned my whole channel around. Anyone that came up, if they didn't have good audio, boom, I just bumped them right back and said, work on that. I'll be back with you. And then I just start jamming on the keyboards or something, you know, so.
Yeah, I love that you do that. Like, I don't think there's any other channels that do that. They put out in their emails for the show or whatever, just the weekend show or for festivals. Here's what you need to do. Here's the instructions. And because, you know, if nobody teaches you how to do this stuff, then you just keep making the same error, you know? And sometimes it's hard to say, hey, you're doing this wrong, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but you've got to, you know, but feelings.
And then and then that's true, Jade. You don't, but then on the other side of the sword is you have to stay true to yourself.
True.
You have to say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build something. My whole thing was, I'm not going to sit there and try to tell anyone how great they are. You're going to come up, you're going to show me how great you are.
Yes.
And then what's going to happen is we're going to have mutual respect as artists. I like you. I like your artistry. I like how you jam. You like how I jam. We become friends that way. So slowly I started getting 1 or 2 of those. And then it turned into 10, it turned into 20, it turned into 30. And like anything, real life gets in the way. So you get a lot of people that find the dusty trail into Camp GMAY, and then shit happens in real life and you just don't see them for a year or so. And then all of a sudden, you know, they bump back in. So that's what's kind of intriguing to me right now, is that type of situation. People like Pinch, where he's off, you know, going to medical school. And then a year and a half later, boom, he pops back in. He somehow those people find their way back to camp, even though real life got in the way, you know?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's fantastic. How do you go about, like, you know, because this is, if you've ever been involved in a real world music festival, there's so much that goes into it. Yeah, you've got production teams, you've got advertising, you've got all these people behind the scenes to make all this thing work. But when you're a one-person show with a little bit of help from some friends, how do you put together a show? Say we're putting together Blues Fest, which is coming up. How do you like start to think about who I want on it, the theme, advertising? Where do you start? What's your process?
You know, I think more importantly, it's all about the artists. So lately, the last couple festivals, what I've been doing is I don't ask anyone. Everyone knows that I want them to play the festival. I have a huge wish list of people that have never played any of the festivals that I wish they would. There's a long list of people that know about the festivals. They know what's going on. I don't know if it's, they think that, you know, I just only invite people. I don't. Like when I started just this Blues Fest, we knew Folk and Blueser was going to headline it. And every Saturday night, all I say is, everyone is welcome. I want everyone to play. I don't know if you have this date open, if you have a scheduling conflict. So you got to let me know if you want to play. I'm not going to ask you. You got to say, hey, GMAY, I want to play the festival. You got to have the fire in you. And anyone that emails me and says, hey, I want to play this festival, you're good to go.
And I have put in the description and in the little banners that pop up during the songs today, Gary's email address. So reach out, get on the bill. We love seeing new blood. We love we love
well, and that's the thing too. Anyone that has performed in a festival in the past, you're good to go because you've already proven yourself. And what I mean by proven yourself is your audio.
Yep.
And you've gone through the motions of getting the information that you need about overlays and, you know, sound check. And I want to see you playing your guitar. I don't want your guitar down here where I can't see it. I want to see it. You know what I mean? So anyone that has never played a festival, you got to do a sound check with me so that you can get the information that you need in order to play one of the festivals. So,
and look, I can speak personally because I've got to play on a number of festivals. I've missed the last two, unfortunately. But for me, when I get on the bill of one of the festivals, this is how my approach is. I don't know about anybody else. I'm interested to hear others' rituals beforehand. But if I'm on the bill for a GMAY Fest, I treat it like I have to do a performance that fucking leaves people going, what? Like it has to be like, that's it. And if I am unable to do that for a performance, then I can't do it. You know, it has to be something that, you know, this is like to me, I think about it like it's my last performance. I'm going to give so much. Even if I bleed. And that's happened.
You know, and that's why you've won 2 Jammies is because we have a Jammy that we give out called a Festy. And at the end of the year, whoever really, really, I mean, shine beyond an astronomical moment, I got to tell you, Metal Fest, your performance at Metal Fest was, I have up there with some of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. And that goes for a slew of artists that have played the festivals. And like I said, it takes everyone, man. It takes every single person that's ever played a festival, the Michael Songs, the Axe and Nachos, the list just goes on. Emotion, New Soul. I don't even know where to begin. There's so many, Jade. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I put out to anybody who's considering coming on, treat it like that. Yeah, treat it like that. And you'll see from the performances that GMAY's picked out today, that they're all just, you can tell each of these videos, these performers, they're putting everything on the line, because that's what it should be with performance. You're putting everything on the fucking line, man. This is, you know, you want to create moments in time. Hey, thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the kind words also. We're going to play another one because we've got a few to get through today, and I am doing it in order. So let's go next. We're moving from Brad to Funk Fest. And this particular artist, let me load her up on the screen here. This is Leela, the Leelaverse. And shall we just play it? I think so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll just switch everything here. This is Leela.
I got a sweet tooth.
Yeah, baby. Let's do this. All righty. Let's Oj.
tune very slow and sad.
Let's bring everyone back. Hello, we're back. Here's the thing, right? Leela's awesome, but I do notice when she performs on one of the festivals, that level again goes up. You can see it. Like she puts so much. I think everyone does it. You know, there's just this feeling of I've got to take it to a next level, and she does. She gets her costumes ready. And I'm sure there's other people who've performed who've done the exact same thing.
It's so true. And not only are they just elevating their game, sometimes I feel, this is what I feel, like they're like, I'm going to give it to GMAY. I'm going to trip him out between my OBS, between my wardrobe, between my song selection, between my performance. I'm going to blow GMAY's mind, and they do.
That's how I think about it. I got to blow
Yeah,
GMAY.
and it's...
I got to blow GMAY. His mind.
Yeah. Oh, man. You need to get your mind out of the gutter so mine can go by.
Right.
All right.
Now, all right. Now you have, I'm skipping around today. You have a lot of help to put this stuff together in relation to art and graphics. And I want to mention these two now and bring up some of this art here. So tell us, we've got Ali and Wes put in a hell of a lot of work to help. Tell us how invaluable they are to you, my friend.
Yeah. I got to tell you, if it wasn't for Rich New Design and Ali Patches, they are what help elevate these festivals to the next level, because all this artwork you see, all the overlays for every single festival, Stoner Fest, Winter Fest, Blues Fest, Funk Fest, Kurt Fest, Rich New Design, you know, I'll give them some artwork, you know, like, hey, here's a mushroom, here's a pot leaf, there's a pick or two. And then he takes that and then he takes his own take on it and gets his own graphics, and he makes, like Kurt Fest, he made 30 overlays, for one for every artist. He made, you know, 7, 8 co-host overlays. He's done it for every festival. Thank you, Rich and Ali. And then Ali goes and she makes these posters. She makes the thumbnails. And I am so grateful for them, because they help elevate these festivals to a completely different level.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And, you know, the merch and stuff that they've come up with, they're super creative. And, you know, there's been some exciting times with Wes on the I remember a performance. Well, maybe it wasn't Wes. I remember someone you had on the festival,
Mr. Franklin.
Mr. Franklin. That was his. Now, that was for me one of the standout festivals.
Metal, you know, Metal Fest was a turning point.
It was
for the festivals. It really was a turning point because everyone knows that we had a big full card, and then all of a sudden, MSDS. Let me say that again. MSDS. Mr. Smith derangement syndrome set in, and
here we go.
And I just got a flood of emails. Yeah. And we trimmed down to about 13 people. And it was one of my favorite festivals ever. It was off the hook. It was tradition metal. You get Metalhead Hippie as the co-host. You get Gary Hubbs as the headliner. You get Mr. Franklin. You get this epic Jade Starr performance. And we blocked 27 trolls. It's the record for blockage in one festival. 27 blockage. And it was funny because and there's some clips right here, Mr. Metalhead Hippie going, yeah, man, people putting each other on timeout all over the place. I just, I couldn't ask for more.
It was wild.
I loved it.
Yeah, look, I can't remember an event I've been to where there was so much metal and so much headbanging and so much laughter. The Mr. Franklin segment was possibly one of the funniest things I've ever seen on a festival. It was wild and crazy. And the MSDS that you speak of still is around, unfortunately.
Yeah. There's a boatload of derangement syndrome. There's CAMP GMAY derangement syndrome. There's Jade Starr derangement syndrome.
Oh, no.
Then what you can do about it, you know. But Metal Fest, man, it was just crazy because you get Gary Hubbs locked in that background where he doesn't play there anymore. So that's why Metal Fest will just live forever, is because it puts you back in that time, that space, man. And I just love it to death, man. And speaking of Mr. Franklin,
yes,
if you go back and you watch the replay, there's a song where he's completely ad-libbing. And as he's ad-libbing, he's completely calling out all the trolls.
Yeah. Well, I think most people who were there remember it very well. The Mr. Franklin performance, it was amazing. It was freeform, fucking dissing trolls live in the chat as they were being removed. It was something to behold. Something to behold.
Still to this day just can't take it, man. It's just
you
never be replicated, man.
Look, you went there, so we're going to continue it because, you know, you're right. There's been some people who've got really upset and about certain people, and the majority of them aren't actual musicians, and they have a tendency to reach out and say, "Hey, I'm going to be there, but only if this person isn't." And
it's the bizarrest thing I've ever.
It's so fucked, and I have dealt with it too, and my name gets called into this shit, and it's like, listen, man, we are about bringing people together, not dividing people. So if that's your MO, fuck off.
I call simple. It the UHC.
The UHC, okay.
Yeah, the UHC, the United Hate Club.
Right.
You know, and it's like, it actually makes me feel like I'm doing something right, because look, we all know you can't feel pleasure unless you feel pain. You don't know what pleasure is, the true definition of it, unless you definitely suffered. So these people that are trying to create that, they're always going to be there. They're always going to be attacking. But you have to remember in the back of your mind that, hey, you're doing something right. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's like this too. You know, this week I did a video, a live stream on called The Rant, which I do every week. And this week I talked about busking. And in the comments became an argument of people calling me a fucking piece of shit for using some AI in my thumbnails. And it went on. And you know what? The thing is, like, it doesn't matter. I've been doing this for 5 years. And for 5 years, people have shit on my thumbnails, right? So no matter what I do, somebody's going to shit on them. But my question at the end of this fucking grilling in the comments of me was, what did you think of today's video? And both of them said, I haven't watched it yet. And it's like, so why are we having this discussion? The content should be the fucking thing, man. You know, and it's like with this.
Yeah.
We're here to support musicians and their talent. Nobody's fucking perfect. We all do things fucking right and wrong. And if you're going to come in here and hold shit against people and not support their music, then go somewhere else and go fucking hate there. Have your little place and hate.
That's so funny that you say that, go somewhere else, because like I told you, the best I ever got was from a 99-year-old man.
Oh.
I said, what's the key to life? You're 99. Give it to me. Because it's simple. You don't like something, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it just made sense to me. Fuck, I don't like my job. Fuck, I'll go get a different one. I don't like where I live. Fuck, I'll go get a different one. I don't like my girlfriend. I'll go get a different one. You know, I don't like fucking the shirt I'm wearing. I'll go get a different one.
So true.
I don't like the music I'm listening to. I'll go listen to something else. I think what happens, Jade, is what I've noticed from being a live streamer and my journey is that it's always the people that aren't creating that create the drama.
Yeah, true.
Because that's what they create. They're not capable of creating music and videos and relationships. So that's what they create. And that's fine, but go somewhere else.
Absolutely. Yeah, look, I could sit here day after day on my stream and just be an absolute and utter, right? It's on my merch, for God's sake, right? But
yeah,
that's not what this is about. This is about bringing uplifting. But if you're going to come to chats and stuff and be a cunt, well, people are going to treat you like a cunt. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right, anyway, let's forget about the negative stuff there. There's a few people who have come in I've got to say hello to. We got Dime Bag Darren in the house. We got DJ Big Red. See, look, and even speaking of that, Dime Bag came into one of my chats. One of my moderators timed him out. He got upset but you know what? Look, I don't have anything against the guy. Fucking hell. Shit happens, right? Shit happens.
Yeah.
But you know what I see when I look at Dimebag going around all the traps? This dude has picked up a guitar and he's fucking killing it. You know, sometimes these moments happen. He comes to my chat, something goes down, you move on, and then you fucking do better. We all do better.
You know, it's like you helped inspire.
I don't know. I didn't do it. I was doing a show.
Well, I mean, I don't mean that. I mean, it's like, look, we all know that even like with my open mics and my festivals that, hey, look, you know, you can't come up on your phone. You can't come up and play a video. We want you to come up and jam. So anyone that wants to pick up that guitar and work on their song and dance, more power to you. We're here for you. We'll get you going. We'll do whatever we can to get you to where you need to be.
To be a superstar. Let's finish calling out some people. Flow Farm, Country Walking, DJ Big Red, hello. Shelly, g'day Shelly, I missed you there. Pausing Guitars. If there's anyone I've missed, I'm trying to keep up, but keeping the flow going as usual. And you know what? Like just finishing off on Dimebag, I will congratulate him till the cows come home watching him fucking grow, because that's what this channel's always been about. The whole thing is we all rise together. I don't want to have negativity and stuff like that. I'm here every day to try and help. That's it. And sometimes I sing. And, you know, I don't even give a shit about my music anymore. And this guy here has just joined, James Myers. He's going to be on the show next week. We're going to interview him. But I want to play something. Let's get back into playing another tune. And because we mentioned Wes, let's play Wes's track now. Let's do it.
Man, he is just so. Wes and Ellie are so dear to my heart. It's just not even real.
Yeah,
they inspire me. They blow my mind. I love them so much. They're so creative. They're so passionate.
And they're adorable.
They're the best.
They're adorable. Yeah. So here is Wes this is from Flower Fest, and Wes is everybody's favorite cult leader. Let's play a bit of Wes, or shut up, and let's make sure G-May can hear music, and let's do it. You ready? Let's oge, baby.
Let's get high by the fire. It's cold outside and we've got plenty to smoke, yeah. Let's get high by the fire. The fire's warm and we can cuddle and talk, yeah. I got hot chocolate, I've got marshmallows, and all I wanna do is spend my life with you, yeah. Let's get high by the fire, so we can smoke the night away. We can smoke the night away, yeah, yeah. Do you need to come in from the cold? Do you need to find a hand you can hold? Yeah, you know you're always welcome here. You'll only find good love and good cheer, yeah. Let's get high by the fire. It's cold outside and we can plenty to smoke, yeah. Let's get high by the fire. Fire's warm and we can cuddle and talk, yeah. I've got hot chocolate, I've got marshmallows, and all I wanna do is spend my life with you, yeah. Let's get high by the fire, and we can smoke the night away. We can smoke the night away, yeah, yeah.
What a unique couple they are. Watching them form their little relationship, that sounds condescending. Watching them form their relationship on YouTube has been a fascinating view. To see the inside of this go down, and Mr. Franklin, the moment when he went full on. And I mean, I often worry about Wes's skin complexion. I think he needs to get more sun.
Let's cuddle it. They want to cuddle and toke.
They do. And they make a beautiful couple too. So thank you for picking that one. And I see he's here. There he is, lurking around. He's lurking around in the background. Mr. Franklin. You'll never live that down, Wes, I'm telling you.
But we still don't know who Mr. Franklin is. So that hasn't actually been confirmed.
No.
So
yeah.
That's the mystique of Metal Fest.
So much mystique. Now, let's run through these festivals. So we've had Stoner Fest, Shine Fest. What was the theme of Shine Fest? Was it for people to shine?
Well, we had Stoner Fest, and
Yeah.
after the second fest we had was Shine Fest,
Yeah.
and that's where we had Mamsie Graham headlining,
Mm-hmm.
and Robin Cheyenne provided the artwork, and it was just a beautiful festival because I think Robin really wanted to play Stoner Fest, but where she works and her social media status really isn't, with the marijuana, because Stoner Fest was hardcore fucking weed smoking
Yeah.
festival, right? So I wanted to create something completely different. Shine Fest, it was just about the sun and energy and love, and that's what we did.
And next we had
And then
Winterfest.
and then we went into Winterfest,
Yep.
which was the winter, and I think in the beginning on these festivals, I would have one co-host the entire time, and Natasha co-hosts that one, and it's a really cool festival, and it kind of started to go right, and then by the time we moved into the next festival, which was after Winterfest,
Was Funk Fest.
Funk Fest is where everything kind of turned around a little bit, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you did it on purpose, but you really were so unselfish, because we really wanted Liz a Day to play Funk Fest. And you were like, because I had talked to her on an email, and she's like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm doing. And I knew that you were in really tight with her. And I guess you had emailed her and said, hey, I need someone to take my place. So
Yeah.
we kind of snuck her in there on that pretext,
I just
And
feel,
I think
Gary,
that was all you're doing.
I don't need to play every festival. That's just me. I would rather see somebody new get up there and perform. When you get to
Yeah.
my age and you've kind of done this thing for a while, I don't feel like I need to be in the spotlight all the fucking time. Give it
It
to
was a
someone
brilliant,
else.
yeah, it was an absolute brilliant move, because she came up and just was electrifying.
She tore the house down.
And you can tell that, like you said earlier, her game elevated. You get on that platform where it's like, the energy is high, and the crowd was just going crazy. The chat room was just lit up. Everyone just loved her to death,
Then we followed it up with Metal Fest, one of the ones that just was wild. We've discussed that already.
Yeah, and with the Gary Hubbs thing too, man, it was so cool, because sometimes you got to remember, when you play these festivals, if your performance is completely stellar, that's how you win a Jammy. And he won a Jammy. After Metal Fest, I was full-fledged addicted to Gary Hubbs.
Yeah, I've been addicted to Gary Hubbs for 5 years, man. Probably longer.
Just,
I snort him at night.
Just,
A bit of Gary up
just
the
his
nose.
delivery, and then the Lori's mishmash, and delivering the pizza, and the just crazy, man. Crazy good.
Well, that ties in, because I've got the way I've got everything set up here, because we're up to Metal Fest, and now we've got to play that clip, because we've got a few here that you've sent me, so we've got to get through them. So let's do it. This is the headliner of Metal Fest, Gary Hubbs. So let's do it. Yeah, I'll make sure GMAY can hear everything. Let's do it. This is Gary Hubbs, the headliner of fucking Metal Fest. Let's do it. Boom.
to live life, but now there's nothing. But now there's nothing. But now there's nothing. Can't flip that switch and can't push that button. Can't push that button. Can't push that button. Hey! 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 There is no life now, just dark oppression. No signs of life now, a blank expression. Lock all the doors and close all the shutters. Absorbing pain and designed to suffer. I had a pulse, my heart was jumping, but now I'm dead again. I'm dead again. Now I convulse. No blood is pumping because I'm dead again. I'm dead again. What the fuck happened?
That's where the video stops.
What the fuck happened?
That's the best. That's the thing, yeah. That is the thing. When you do what Gary Hubbs does, goes out to a fucking car park and has this elaborate, crazy setup, things are gonna go wrong. And so much so, the car park doesn't exist anymore. So Gary has had to, the adversity Gary has had to come up with this year, moving, finding a new home to have his background. That background was a part of his beard, his hat, his brand, and now it's gone. But it's forever captured at Metal Fest. Which is great.
Exactly. And I think Ali Gratilia said it the best in chat. You might as well face it, you're addicted to hugs.
Nice. So from Metal Fest, we move on to Country Fest. And
Oh boy.
hang on, elaborate. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right.
Well, I mean, Country Fest was crazy because you could tell when you watch the review of Country Fest, I'm completely going blind.
Yeah.
I'm seeing triple.
Yep.
And I was drinking a whiskey too, so that didn't help. And I was struggling so bad that, 2 days after Country Fest, I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
you couldn't see for shit.
Yeah, man. With this pesky little eyeball business, but it's crazy because when I go back and I start editing some of Country Fest, it's like all new to me because, I couldn't see for a couple months after Country Fest. And then once I could see, I had to start moving on to other things like the Jammies and other concerts and stuff. So I never really got a good chance to go back and, watch it. But since I've been editing clips of it, I've been able to do that. But boy, Country Fest, man, knocked my dick in the dirt. Big time. Crazy. I think what happens too, Jade, is sometimes you're able to connect really deeply with something. You're able to get immersed in it. And immersion is having, it's not like immersion in water. It's like deep spiritual connection, immersion.
Mm.
And when you have to close your eyes for 2 months and not open them and detach from computers and phones and television and multimedia and social media, when you come out of that, you have a whole new outlook on things. And that's kind of what happened to me. And that's what kind of led us into Kurt Fest.
You know,
And we're not even a year removed from the passing of Kurt Kasparek. We all miss him every day
yes.
because he was such a gentle soul. He went to every single stream and everyone liked him. He had no enemies because he was a connoisseur. He went to everyone's show and he supported them. And I really respect that. And I have to actually thank you because when I come out of being blind, I get together with Kurt and we have all these privates and we're going to do this indie fest was going to be the next one. That was his whole trip, independent indie fest. And I said, you got it, man. We're going to have it in February. And then he passed away. And I forget, you came up and jammed on one of my open mics and you said to me, you said, hey, GMAY, I think we should call it Kurt Fest and it should be an annual thing. Boom, boom.
Yeah. It, you know, it just, it made sense, didn't it? You know?
Yeah, it did. Because we actually, after Blues Fest, we have the Jammies and then I take a little time off in the holidays and we're going to come right back with Kurt Fest too.
Yeah.
In February. So Kurt Fest was just crazy, Jade, because they came out of the woodwork. We had 30 artists. The music went from 12 o'clock in the afternoon till midnight. It went 12 hours straight. When you think about it, it's crazy.
Yeah. It, oh, fuck. I know I said this in private to friends. Like, it sucks that in a time when there was a fair bit of division going on, we kind of mentioned a little bit with people in this bullshit. Kurt's passing sucks so much. It sucks so much. Like, I need to put that out there. But at the same time, it felt like there was that was the point, Kurt Fest, that started to weed out some of the fucking idiots and get us back together as musicians and artists. And
Absolutely.
he played, and he's not here to realize this, that he played a massive part in putting some of these idiots over there. See you later then, because we're here to fucking support each other.
Right.
And Kurt's a reminder of that to me.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean, you say it so eloquently because that's exactly how I look at it. He brought people together. That's why everyone came together under one roof.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know me, the last thing I care about is I don't care about numbers. I don't care about likes and views and all that bullshit. What I care about is content, because 50, 60 years from now, when you got to get a permit to go live and they look back and they say, hey, look at these dudes. They were pioneers. Kurt Fest was one of the greatest festivals I've ever had to be a part of. It was a unity of true love for people and for music.
Yeah.
All the bullshit got kicked to the curb.
Yeah. And if there's one thing I wish he could see is that, you know. And you gave it, remember, he fucking hosted as well.
Funk Fest, yeah.
Yep.
And he won a Jammy for it.
Yep.
And I told Justine that when we have Kurt Fest 2, I've had his acceptance speech and a couple other sessions I had with him, because you got to remember, Kurt had I think he live streamed before and had his own gig, but for the longest time when he was bopping around to these communities, he never had a reason to turn his camera on. So no one really ever knew what he looked like.
Yeah.
And for some bizarre reason, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I go, I'm just going to go live because I want to check the latency and play this electric guitar, do a little metal, you know. And sure enough, he popped in and he's sitting there going, Funk Fest, Funk Fest. I said, I'll tell you what, Kurt, come up right now. Click on that link. Come up, turn your camera on. Let me see you. And you're the co-host of Funk Fest. Sure enough, he did it. That's that clip I always play on my show. And sure enough, he comes up, he turns his camera on, and boom. But we had a bunch of private sessions, and I got some really, really cool footage of him saying really great things about everyone. And I asked Justine if it would be okay during the next Kurt Fest, like halfway through the festival, I'm going to do like where I'm going to play some clips of him. And she said, absolutely. So that's something you have to look forward to for Kurt Fest. So.
Absolutely. Yep. Shall we play something from Kurt Fest? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got a track from Mandy Prater. She came up and performed, and I had her on the show. It was this performance of Mandy Prater that inspired me to have her on the show and interview her here, because wow.
Yeah, she's actually really, really a great artist in Texas. She's known. She's got a band.
Yeah.
She solo. She's a great performing artist. And that's the whole thing too, is I have a feeling that one of these festivals, I'm going to get an email from some washed up celebrity that says, hey, G-May, man, I'm going to come play one of your festivals. And I think that's going to happen one day. I really do. Because everyone that plays the festivals now are absolute superstars in their own right. But there's going to come a day when we do get like a Kid Rock or a, Chris Robinson. You never know,
Absolutely.
You just never know.
Absolutely. Let's play this track. Hello to Hugh as well. Hi, Hugh. I see you sneak in there. All right, this is Mandy Prater from Kurt Fest. Let's do it, baby. You ready to Oja? Ready to It says, Oja.
I can see how this is gonna go wrong. I can see that I should probably move along. Even though this is all I've ever had, you make me wanna be better. He makes me wanna be bad. Back in the day, when I was no more than a child, you had to know that I would end up running wild. And I know you gave it everything you had. You make me wanna be better. He makes me wanna be bad. You can hate that I'm wasting your time. Just don't hate me because you're all mine. While you hold on to me tight, There's a broken toy, little boy, that I can't bring into the light. I said before, I don't wanna have to hide. You know where I am when I can't be by your side. And I know it makes you a little sad. You make me wanna be better. He makes me wanna be bad. You make me wanna be better. He makes me wanna be bad.
I muted myself. She's an incredible artist. And yeah, it was that performance straight away when she played there. I was like, oh, subscribe. And I think it was within a week or so I had her on my show because she's a gun. She's an absolute gun. And she's really popular on Twitch and YouTube. And she's just super talented.
I watched a couple Twitch episodes where, I mean, you know, no offense, but she was getting hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Just she had like 500, 600 people watching. I mean, it was just crazy. She's getting 10, 20, 20, 20, 10, 100, 150. But she's talented. She's got a killer voice. She's smart. She's pleasurable to the eyeball. You know, she meets all the criteria, you know.
So after Kurt Fest, we moved into Flower Fest, which was
Flower Fest was bizarre. I absolutely loved every moment of Flower Fest. But before we move on to that,
yes,
the performance that you gave at Kurt Fest with the tape, brought a lot of people to tears. I just wanted you to know that in a good way.
Thank you.
Because symbolically, everything that you did at that festival was fucking just absolutely heart and mind wrenching.
Well, you know, I'll tell you the truth.
I'm just saying it just, I couldn't take it, man. I just was, boom, little tear down the side of the face, man. It's just crazy. I think when a performer evokes emotion like that in me, that just makes me so happy. It really does. That's what I do it for.
I'll tell you the truth, G-Mate. An hour before my performance was a completely different show. I had rehearsed an entirely different show. And just on the strength of everybody's performance so far, I just threw everything out the window an hour before and went, let's do something completely different and see where it goes. And
wow.
it is, you know, and that was due to the performances that had come before me, that I had looked at what I was going to do and gone, that's not enough. I have to climb higher. There's got to be another level. So, you know, you can rehearse for something, I think, and a lot of people I know, Chris Lane Sr. puts a lot of fucking sweat and tears into his guitar tone for the show, and everybody does it, right? I singled out Chris because just for fun. But you put all this emphasis into a performance, and sometimes you just got to go for it and break what you had planned, because sometimes the unplanned captures those moments. It's very hard to capture a moment. And
absolutely. Yeah. And you know, Jade, it's so hard because we only can play a few clips, but there's so many talented people that play these festivals. I mean, just Axe and Nacho, they played every single festival. They completely bring it. They reinvent themselves every single time. Chris Lane Sr., he just comes in, he just kills these festivals. He's up for a Jammy this year. Mike Molino. The list just goes on and on. I can't even.
Empirism.
Empirism.
Empirism
Just
steals nearly every show each time.
He just comes in and just shreds, and he's just like, I want everybody to know that I'm coming in my spaceship for you, G-May.
Juicy. And Jimmy, I really love you, Jimmy. Juicy.
The G-May. It's just at Metal Fest when Empirism shows up, he's standing up, he's got a bottle of whiskey, and he's just jamming on the guitar and drinking whiskey, you know? Just fucking...
And everybody's got their quirks too, and that is what makes it. Everyone's so different and unique, and I mean that's to me that's what the festival is about. Now I have to do it one more time.
Jimmy, you make me juicy.
G-Man's juicy. Well, it's weird because it's so hard to predict who wants to play these festivals because, like I said, I'm not here to invite anyone. Everyone is welcome. You just got to let me know that you want to play it. There was at least 15 people that played Kurt Fest. I've never heard from those people again.
Yeah.
I'd love for them to keep playing a few more festivals, but you just can't predict what's going to happen at these festivals. And that was what was so cool about Flower Fest, you know?
And the thing is sometimes, well, a lot of the time, when you announce a festival, sometimes you don't even ask people to play. You just put them on the fucking list and then they find out that they're playing by looking at the video.
Right, because there's... right, it's like... I just truly have the most magnificent fucking core.
Yeah.
Whether it's an open mic or a festivals, it's Chris Lane and Dom Terragrossa. Fuck, without those two, they kept me alive, man. You know, when I first started out, they came up every single night and supported me. And that's, to me, that's all I can ask for is the support that all these musicians give me. They come and they want to jam with me. They want to help support camp. And I'm forever indebted to everyone and anyone that's ever came up on my show and played and jammed with me. Thank you.
And here's your award for that performance. Yeah. For that performance right there. Here's your award. He's disappeared. Here's your award for that award-winning speech. Hey, we got Puss. Look. Here's the real Starr.
Lovey.
How is... you better watch out. This is... sorry, what's Puss's name? I don't even know.
Oh, this is Little Lovey.
Little Lovey. Look at Little Lovey. Look at Little Lovey, the star of the show.
This cat, this little kitten is completely addicted to me. It's deaf. Basically, there's a wild cat that gives birth every year on my property for some reason. And I went out there and they all scattered because they're wild, except for that one because it can't hear. But it was left for dead. It was laying on its side, ribs showing, wasn't getting any of the mom's milk.
Yep.
And I just thought that was a tragedy. Okay, no walking on keyboards. And
parenting.
I nursed it. I not literally nursed it, but you know, I brought it back to life and it's addicted to me. All it does is follow me. It doesn't want to go outside.
Oh.
It's just amazing. Just.
Do you feel happier having a little pet around? Has it improved your life? You've muted. Why have you muted?
The
there you go.
Kitty cat stepped on the keyboard. Isn't that crazy? But Flower Fest, Jade, I got to tell you, I had such a good time at Flower Fest because it was just spring and energy was high. And then you got this performance from Mr. Smith and Valerie that absolutely blew my mind. They
Dude.
blew me away.
Dude, have you considered getting a job as a presenter on YouTube? Because you just like tied into this clip that I'm about to. What a segue! Anyone would think you're a professional. Can you announce? Can you announce this
Let's
track?
get high by the fire.
I'm going to prepare this track. So we're going to play this track by. So if you've got MSDS right now, probably is the time to not to go get a coffee right now. If you've got MSDS, but we're going to play this. Can you introduce this in your Camp GMAY introduction voice?
All right. 107.7, ladies and gentlemen, live from Flowerfest. Give it up for the dynamic duo, MSDS and VB, and away we go.
I still remember the first time I noticed you under the strawberry moon. I watched you dance like there's nobody else in view under the strawberry moon. The music was playing, the wind harmonizing under the strawberry moon. The way that you move's got my temperature rising under the strawberry moon. A ring on my finger and wine on my tongue, a melody, a song out of tune. We danced like the first dance when we fell in love under the strawberry moon. Under the strawberry moon. Foolish enough to think I had a chance under the strawberry moon. I took your hand and together we danced under the strawberry moon. A ring on my finger, a wine on my tongue, a melody, a song out of tune. Danced like the first dance when we fell in love under the strawberry moon. Under the strawberry moon. Ring on my finger and wine on my tongue, melody, song out of tune. We could all the world. Danced like the first dance when we danced under the moon. Under the strawberry moon. And you put this ring on my finger and wine on my tongue. A toast to the bride and the groom. We danced like the first dance when we fell in love under the strawberry moon. A ring on my finger and wine on my tongue. A toast to the bride and the groom. We danced like the first dance when we fell in love under the strawberry moon. Under the strawberry moon. Under the strawberry moon.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Smith and Valerie Bart singing a Valerie Bart original, the Strawberry Jellies. He's got the jammy ready. Are you unmuted?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
The kitten muted me.
For those of you who don't know, here on this show, right, I have this, I use a Rodecaster to stream out my audio and stuff. And I've got this amazing button that during a song, I can hit the button and I can talk to GMAY and only he can hear me and you guys can't hear us talking. And I went to use it just then, but GMAY's so used to muting himself while somebody's playing a song that I couldn't hear him. But that's how used you don't need to mute your mic during a song here.
All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. Hey, somebody else who says cool. What a great song. Valerie's awesome. Mr. Smith is awesome. They make great music individually and together. So the last fest we got up to, the most recent was Summer Fun Fest, where we had Scotty Butters. There's another person who I ended up getting on the show. It was before Summer Fun Fest, I think, but I saw him around and had him on the show. Summer Fun Fest, another banger.
Yeah, absolute banger. And Scotty is so awesome. He's having a lot of success out there right now, and we're so happy for him. That's why we do this. You know, with the festivals, what I like to do is, while each artist is performing their 20-minute set, the moderators are putting up not only the links to their channel, but the links to their PayPal or Cash App or their Patreon or whatever, because that's what it's all about. It's your turn to shine. It's your turn to kick some fucking ass. And hopefully during your 20-minute performance, you'll make an organic connection with someone and they'll give you a little scratch and you'll get a new fan, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see if you're a member here on the channel, that we've got some gold coin emojis. And if you look closely, they actually have a picture of Scotty Butters on them.
Wow.
I know, right? Because he's a gold coin performer. I don't know why I made it. It was funny. But anyway, that's the kind of stupid shit I do on my channel. So we've had summer. Let's go through them. Stoner Fest, Shine Fest, Winter Fest, Funk Fest, Metal Fest, Country Fest, Kurt Fest, Flower Fest, Summer Fun Fest. And what is on the horizon, GMAY?
Well, what we decided, and you know, a lot of that is because of your suggestion, is we only do 4 festivals a year. We do one in the winter, we do one in the spring, we do one in the summer, and we do one in the fall. So of course we have Blues Fest coming up this fall. And then in February, we're going to have Kurt Fest 2. Okay. And so spring, summer, and fall of 2026, we have no idea. It's going to come from the people in chat, because they're the ones that usually come up with the idea for the festivals.
You know what I want?
What's that?
I want Comedy Fest.
Comedy Fest.
I want Comedy Fest. I think Comedy Fest would be wild because comedy is so fucking hard, and there's nothing funnier than even bombing is just as funny as succeeding. And that's the beauty of it.
We have Gladys, we have Wes and Ali,
Chris
we got
Lane
Will
Sr.
D with Satan.
Yep.
We got Lisa Noel. She's an actual stand-up comedian.
Yep. There's plenty of room there, plenty of room. And I think it'd be interesting to see musicians come out of their shell and create comedy songs, a comedy performance, whatever. So who knows?
And we'll have Will, the Art of Floundering, be the headliner, because I got to tell you, Will D plays all these festivals too. There's so many people that I just can't even mention everyone, but I love Will D so much. I love his humor, the whole routine that he does and his style. Between all these artists, it's just a melting pot of creativity, man. And
I love
once
that
again,
Will D does this anti-pot shtick, because I know some people who thought he was absolutely 100% serious.
Me too.
And got
Yeah.
very upset about it.
well, I think it's like, I love it because the whole routine is like, you shouldn't be doing something that's not harmful for yourself, like marijuana. Okay. You should be taking prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
I take
You
prescription
don't need marijuana.
marijuana.
You need Xanax.
How does it work that I have prescription marijuana? So that doesn't
Right.
work.
It's like, you need to be taking Prozac and Xanax.
Yep.
Okay. Not smoking weed.
No, just take all the stuff
Okay,
that
Tiger?
clouds your mind, and just live in a cloud. It's all
Right.
good.
It is. And
What?
It-
Yeah, go for it. It's your show.
I think with last thing, just touching on the Will D thing is, I love his Satan little puppet routine that he does too. It's just absolutely fucking hilarious, man.
See, and
I'm
that's
sure
it
that
too.
rubs
We got
some
the
people.
whole puppet routine. You've got CHARLIEWOOD. There's so much comedy there, and I'd love to see Chris do a reprisal of that border jumper.
Comedy fest.
The border jumper would be great. I'd love to see that come back again.
Right.
Save
there
your
was festivals, too.
emails, folks.
Right. So if you have any ideas for festivals for spring, summer, and fall next year, let us know. Shoot us an email.
Yep.
Naked Fest, right? You gotta come up naked.
Yeah, I think I'll skip that one. Who's up in the chat for Naked Fest? I think I'll give that a rest. I know Brad's
Right.
down for it. Brad's 100%
Right.
down. So you got one there.
Freak Fest.
What do you see? Because we've had conversations about this. Camp GMAY. What do you see in the future? Would you like to expand Camp GMAY to something real and off the internet?
Well, yes, that's actually in the works. We're probably a couple years out, but yes, there will come a day when you can physically go to Camp GMAY and come hang out with me in real life. It will be invite only, and we're going to have some meet and greets. We're going to have people fly in, get like 10 dozen people to come out, and we'll all perform on the stage together. And that's what the good thing about the open mics is when Axe and Nacho come up, when Michael Songs come up, when Chris Lane comes up, when Dominic Terragresa comes up, Leela, Brad, example, doesn't matter who, some guy, Scotty Butters, when they come up, while they're performing, no one hears it, but I'm able to jam to them while they're performing. So I know all of their material. I know all their songs. So I'll be able to put together a house band, and then all that person has to do is come up and we'll know all their songs. We'll know all their tunes, which will be kind of cool.
At the moment, look, it's not very enticing for somebody to go to America at the moment because of what's going on there. But if that ever changes, I really hope there is a Camp GMAY, a real life Camp GMAY, like, I don't know, something that looks kind of like this. And I could roll up and move the tumbleweeds out the way and roll in and sit around the campfire.
It's a reality.
This should happen. And I hope it really does.
It will. It will happen.
Could you imagine?
And here's the
guys?
irony. Here's the irony, Jade. If you suffer from camp derangement syndrome, if you suffer from Jade Starr derangement syndrome, if you suffer from Mr. Smith derangement system, you're going to miss the boat. So we want everyone to be part of this. We want everyone to come together. Like Jade says, we all rise together, and we're going to do everything in our power. Forgiveness is key, and redemption is around the horizon for anyone that doesn't have love in their heart. When you have love in your heart and you want to be part of spreading love into the universe, you let us know, man. We're there for you.
Yeah. Hello to Pole Vault and Junk. We could get Pole Vault with his junk out at Naked Fest or Nude Fest.
Yeah.
Hello to Laurie's Mishmosh. I know she was listening as well because she's been a guest host. We shouldn't forget the amazing guest hosts you've had on the show.
Man.
Without them, it's just you. And you might walk away for an hour and never come back.
Well, here's what we're going to do at Blues Fest. We, ever since Kurt Fest, we started integrating. Before, it was always just me and a co-host. The best thing I ever did was during Kurt Fest is bringing in more co-hosts.
Yeah.
So,
like that.
yeah. And now we're even getting into the trip where I drop completely out, and it's like we let you and Justine run wild.
Yeah.
It's
good
I
fun.
want to do some more of that because I really too enjoy. It takes a lot of work and a lot of concentration to actually run the festivals because you got to make people's echo cancellations are on and off. You got to move templates around. You got to move overlays. You got to bring up text. You got to put up the right shit. I would love to just sit back and produce it behind the scenes and not even have to have guests host during the entire thing,
It feels like it's getting closer to that.
Yeah, it is.
That was the Camp GMAY dance. Everybody has to learn it by the next episode. You're not hosting the weekend show this week, are you?
No, Chris Lane, I had a scheduling conflict, and Chris Lane will be hosting. I don't know who he's going to have as his co-host. That's up to him. And he's got the keys to the car. So how he wants to run it, that's completely up to him. But I got to tell you, this Laurie's Mishmosh, she is so fucking awesome. She comes up, she makes me look so good. We did the sunglass challenge. And now at Blues Fest, we're going to do the hat challenge. Keep an eye out for that.
The hat challenge. Hello to Mix Club. Mix Club says, yeah, me too. I drank and PP, so I high graded. I love you, Rhett.
And the Jammies this year is hosted by the Mish and the Mosh.
Yes, let's talk about the Jammies. What are the Jammies? Tell us. What are they?
Well, every year we have 9 different categories. 4 people get nominated. It's going to be in November, probably about a week before Thanksgiving. And then for a couple of weeks leading up to that, people are allowed to vote for the different categories. And we'll let you know about all those categories on the shows leading up to the Jammies. You'll be able to vote. Golden Voice, Music Video Masterpiece, Green Screen, Festy, Jammy.
And if you're lucky, you will actually physically win one of these. This is not this is no bullshit, folks. The Jammies are and this, check this out. My Jammy is even signed by This thing, right, is the shit. And if you've got one, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
This could be yours, but you got to play the festivals.
Yeah.
You got to put your mark. I really I'm going to be voting. We have Golden Voice every year. I'm really going to be voting for Leela.
Ooh.
Is going to get my vote for Golden Voice because she showed up at Kurt Fest at the beginning, first festival of the year. Kicked fucking ass. Then she showed up at Flower Fest, fucking just destroyed it. And then she showed up at Summer Fun Fest and just fucking tore it off, taking off clothes, throwing it at the thing. And now she's going to show up at Blues Fest. She played all 4. Yeah, get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, put it in the hole.
It feels so
there
good.
You go.
Yeah. What the fuck is going The Jammies are an event. Now, if you haven't been to one, GMAY puts together the skits and stuff and hosts, and I've had the opportunity to get up, or Gladys has anyway, Gladys in the audience. Everyone really comes together for the Jammies to put in these pre-recorded performances, hosting. Ali's hosted, and it really is. If you've never been involved in a Jammy and GMAY reaches out to you, get involved. Jump on the stream with him, and he sits in a StreamYard and records you doing all these funny bits, and it's just it's a process.
Right.
Yeah.
If you go to my channel and then you click on the live, I have over 500 lives.
You do.
From open mics to yada, yada, yada. But I mark them all private so that the only thing that you can really see is all the festivals and all the jammies. But if you go watch last year's jammies, oh my God, it's a riot with Gladys Worthington and Axe and Nacho and Charlie's in jail. And when I watch it, I just can't stop fucking laughing, man. It's just fucking ridiculous.
And you get an entire full-on night of GMAY's intro voice, which has become a bit of a legend for some people. The CAMP GMAY. It's Jade Starr.
Jade Starr.
It's definitely a thing to behold. I love the GMAY radio voice. It rocks. Look who's in the chat. It's Sunshine. Acha.
Yeah, and look, she's really elevated her game too.
Totally.
She played a festival or two ago, and it was good. I enjoyed it. And then boom, the next festival, she just completely blew me away because she had completely dialed it in. And I can't wait to see what she does down the road even more, because it only gets better and better and better. And her energy is so angelic and so pure. I've always been a huge Sunshine Archer fan. Pole vault, no offense. I only come there to see Sunshine Archer. Right. I feel like Jack Hunter. Natasha, I love you. Right. All right.
Oh anyway. My God. Now, just speaking of that, Jack Hunter, he's a bit of a dick. But, all right, he's done some pretty dickish things. In fact, yeah. But that's the thing. You give second chances and let people come back. And
if your heart is true and you want redemption and you're sincere, fuck yeah, man. No one's perfect. We all fucking make mistakes, And I know I've made a few.
Yeah, me too. And that's one of the things I do love about you, that, and that you do give people a chance to come back and redeem. Because, we all make fucking mistakes. Nobody's fucking perfect. It is what it is. And I think, I'm not being an ass by saying any of that. I think many people will agree some things go down and you go, that's a bit of a dick. But you give people a chance and they come back, and as soon as they do it again, you say, well, that's it. You've done your chance. There you go.
Yeah. You fuck around, you find out.
Yep, fuck around and find out. Well, folks, we are at the end of this now. All of GMAY's links are in the description, including his email. So one of the reasons I wanted to have him on today is just to go over all this, because the last time I interviewed Gary, we talked about his music and all of his stuff. But since then, these festivals have kicked off, and I want to reach out to people in my audience to get involved. GMAY's email is in the description. Blues Fest is coming up, and if you haven't performed before, fucking do it. It will change you.
There's a couple slots left, yeah.
It will change you. It will reach a different audience, and you will get better as a musician. There is nothing like the pressure of a big festival to perform and bring your A game. Do it. What are you waiting for, yeah?
Hey, Jade.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for having me on this Rewind episode interview. I think the absolute world of you. You are just one of my favorite performers of all time. I would be honored if you played my favorite festival song of all time. Did you do that to close the show?
This guy, you want to take over my show? You can host next episode. Speaking of the next, and we are going to do that. So GMAY has hand selected all the tracks we've played today. Yeah, so there is that. I want to let you know that next week, my friends, we have James Myers, the incredible drummer who's hit our community running, and he's just so talented. So he's going to be on next week. Be sponsored by Distro Kid and all that kind of stuff. So I look forward to that. Quickly, I want to let you know of some things that are coming up. Tomorrow, I've got a app review demo kind of thing. We're taking a look at 4 Pockets Acidia again because I couldn't finish the demo in one episode. So we have to do that tomorrow if you're hanging around the channel. It's Song-Timber is kicking off this week as well too. If you don't know about Song-Timber, it's a song in a month challenge and Pete Johns runs it. It's on my channel, Thomas Christ. We invite you to write, record and release a song in the month of September. Pete Johns has a double YML show to play everybody's tracks. And for me, for the next 4 weeks, the creative hour will be me working on my Song-Timber album. I'm doing an album in a month. Fuck me. And lastly, I want to just cover the kickoff happens this week on The Rant on my channel. And it's my 35th, it's my 53rd birthday every year. September 1st is the kickoff party and my birthday. Look at that AI image that looks nothing like me, but it's fun. So there we go. There's all the things that are coming up here on this channel. As usual, Friday entertainment starts off with Valerie Bart. I do some things, Charlie Gabolden, we've got Mr. Smith, we've got Sunshine Archer and Pole Vault, then Laurie's Mishmash, followed by Gary Hubs, and followed by Leela. Massive day of music each and every Friday. Then on Saturday, you've got Thomas Christ, you've got me, Pete Johns, and then you've got Camp GMAY running out Saturday entertainment if you're in the US and UK.
With Chris Lane hosting this Saturday.
Chris Lane this week. And you'll get plenty of fan action. But we are going to close. I didn't pick this. GMAY picked this song. Trust me, if it was me, I would never pick anything that had me involved. But I know this made GMAY very happy when this performance happened. If you don't know what it is, this was from Country Fest, and this is a well-hung plowboy. So let's do it. Thank you, GMAY, so much for coming on. You know, I love you so much, my friend. You are just the bee's knees. So there for people. You're just on another level. And that's it. There is nobody else like Camp GMAY. And
it's just that plain and simple.
It is. There's just except no other. Camp GMAY is the GOAT. So we're going to go out now with Country Fest and my performance of a well-hung plowboy at GMAY's request. So thank you, folks, for hanging in. Please stay on the line, GMAY, so I can say goodbye to you at the end of once we've finished the stream. This is a well-hung plowboy. See you later, everybody. Let's soja. Yeehaw!
I've been walking the streets all day, singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on this road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights is shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy. Yeah! Riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. The offer's coming over the phone. Are you ready? plowing the fields all day, hiding behind that bay. And he thinks to himself from behind, she's a good-looking horse. What? So he pulled back under a tree, and he waits for the horse takes a pee to check if it's a she. What? And then he sees a huge vagina, and he thinks what could be finer. Huh? And he pulls down his reins and down with the overalls too. He's a well-hung plowboy, sneaking up on his horse and having intercourse. He fucks it with great force. Oh no! What did I say? A smile on his face is a pure disgrace. He f***ed it with great